You know the vibes, you know the vibes, you know the vibes. Live on Broadway podcast. Round of applause for myself and the Giants in attendance. You know the vibes and how we give it up. We still keeping that same energy. You heard me? I appreciate you guys.
Keep that same energy.
I appreciate you guys being here by way of whatever platform you are watching on. Live on Broadway podcast. Let me start this thing off the right way. Welcome back to another episode of Live on Broadway podcast, where the situations matter more than the relationships. Perspectives will be respected by everybody. And if this is your first time tapping in, don't be easily threatened or angered by way of myself or any of the Giants, because much like you, every Giant here started off as a perfect stranger. We ask that everybody get in tune with Live on Broadway podcast by way of like, comment, and subscribing on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow Live on Broadway podcast on Instagram, and make sure you follow me, the Giant, you know what I mean, Podcast Poppy, _Broadway, because this is where the live happens. You know what I'm talking about? Live on Broadway podcast. Shout out and round of applause. Now, as I said a few episodes back, man, you know, a moment of silence for my brother, my guy, you know what I'm talking about, my guy Andy, man, you know what I mean, he passed away, man, so we're going to continue living big how he would have wanted us to, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to show love and support, so much love and condolences go out to his family. Moment of silence. Mike. You know the vibes, what you came here for, Live on Broadway podcast. Let's jump in our bag and jump out our feelings. Yeah, I can hear you, we can hear you.
Okay, awesome.
All right, Queen, tap in with me, tap in with me. I need your commentary, Queen. Of course, people all the time, turn this down a little bit. Sometimes, could you move the camera back a little bit? Just a little bit?
Okay. Like I'm in my bed, like my ears, my phone.
Yeah, I mean, that bed look high tech too. That bed look like you in a California king.
Yeah, I'm relaxing, chilling.
I got Tiffany up here too. Queen, we talking about some things. Tiffany up here by way of Clubhouse. Shout out to you, Queen.
Hey, how you doing? Where can I watch you? Where y'all at?
We on YouTube, we on Instagram Live. Whichever way you want to view it, that's where we at. If you want to be brought up, you know what I'm talking about. We talking about some things. We live on Instagram, _Broadway, and we are live on YouTube by way of Live on Broadway podcast. It's a better viewing experience from my POV if you go to YouTube. But if you want to be brought up, I could bring you up live, and you could be a part of. If you can see what we doing on YouTube, I'll bring you up. You know what I'm talking about? So listen, the conversation is this. However you are, and please feel free to further this conversation by way of pinging people on Clubhouse.
Nice.
So listen. The topic of discussion is this. People all the time be, leading with their representatives by way of social media more often than not. So I got CEO Royal up here with me, Queen. I want to know your energy. Like, do you believe there's any validity to the topic of discussion? However you identify him on social, by way of his post on social media, minus 30%.
Keep that same energy.
I love that. So are you talking about on a business post, or are you talking about on a dating post?
I'm talking about by way of their post. So just so we can hear you clearly, if you're holding your phone, just make sure your hand not covering the mic, please.
Okay,
what I'm saying is this: if you looking at this dude on social media and all his posts be looking like he's a 6, he's a 7. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
by way of his post, you like, damn, this nigga be busting it up. Oh man, he look good. The higher you identify him as, like, let's say you identify him as a 10, he might really be, you might got a minus 10%, because the higher the percentage goes, the higher you identify him as, the lower that percentage goes. The lower you identify him as, the higher that percentage goes. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you?
You mean like somebody that would be posting like overly expensive cars and you know that it's not your car? Shit like that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like
Oh, that's right, girl.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because look, niggas be posting, doing the most on social media, and when you get to meet him in real life, homie be a whole dove. Like, that's his man's car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's living vicariously through his boo, but he don't tell y'all that he's a hobo. That's what they call it, right? Homeless, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So tap in with me. I would love to get your commentary on this, Queen.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep it real. Everybody don't have to have all of that expensive stuff to be able to date someone. It's more about character, but because of social media, it's a lot of people that be stunting, they be doing overly emotional things for attention, and you can peep that just from watching.
See, and that's where the conversation gets deeper, because, listen, I got a whole lot of things to talk about tonight. And that's just the perfect, this is just the calm before the storm. My energy be like, you don't gotta do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be yourself and let that. But the pressures of social media, people feel like they gotta pipe up to be more than what they actually are.
Right, and you really don't have to do all of that.
Especially with women, because women want you to be exactly who you are, and there's somebody for you. Now, the person that you're showing who you are, you showing them you a 10. But homie, you might that might not be real. That might not be accurate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this conversation came by way of my girl. She was, we was talking about some things behind the scenes, and she was showing me this picture of this lady, right? And I was looking at her, and she was like, yeah, but she's beautiful, X, Y, Z. And I was like, damn, I immediately felt envious, because I was like, even though I'm happy God made me a man, I felt like some sort of way, because I'm like, I wish men could adopt what women do. Women, even if it's an ugly woman, you guys be like, yeah, but she got all her edges. You know what I'm talking about? Women will find some shit, boy. Women will find some shit to be proud of another woman about.
Right, definitely.
We don't do that. We'll be like, oh, that nigga a dove. Fuck out of here. That nigga, he's a whole dove. Meanwhile, a woman, y'all be like, oh, he's she, at least she got all her teeth. You know what I mean? Like, you guys will find something positive in men. We don't really.
And that's great. That's great.
That's wonderful that y'all do that.
Because that's what we should be doing, uplifting one another.
However, and I said this to her. I looked at her when she was saying this. I said, that's cap, though. You do know that's cap, right? Like, you do know that she's not a pretty woman, right? You like she goes. So then she start. Oh, but she has big titties. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what does that have to do about the price of tea in Harlem? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got a little bit taken aback by it, and I just kind of feel like if it was a man that men, we don't look at other men and be like, and look for the positives. We be like, that nigga should have not worn those shoes though. You know what I'm saying? He should have not. He should have thought twice. He should have got the lint brush. We do the polar opposite of what you do. We be like, oh yeah, he got on all black.
Like trash talk? Is that considered like the trash talk? So that's just a man thing then.
Perhaps, but we're honest. Because
Right.
I think socially women are looked at as oh, why would you tear another woman down? Why would you do X,
Yeah,
Y? You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
And
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like, I just kind of feel like when it comes to you know, excuse me, the opposite sex, women, you guys give more credit for what other women are doing. We don't. We call a spade a spade. I would love to hear somebody argue that. But listen, we talking about a few things. Tiffany, tap in with me, Queen. Is Tiffany there with me? Tiff?
I'm on all three platforms, but
You
I'm in the
bet,
dark.
girl, you better say that shit. What is you talking about? What is you talking about, Tiff? But listen, Tiff, I want to know, Queen. All right, so here we go, right? If you sat an average-looking man in front of an average-looking woman and an extraordinary-looking woman, which one do you think homie's gonna shoot his shot for, and why?
It all depends on his confidence level. Honestly, it all depends on the man. Every man wants the most, I guess, most attractive one. Clearly, is no question. But a man that really knows himself and his confidence, he's gonna go for what he feel like he really can pull.
So even if he feels like Shorty might be out his league,
He ain't
They
going there.
love
If she
those,
out
I
his
think.
league, he's not confident enough. He's not gonna go there. He has to be. It takes a confident man to go and step to a woman that really is out his league, but he don't feel she is. So it depends on the man, honestly.
you know what? Hold on one second, goddamn. I like your energy that you're giving me tonight. This is gonna get spicy. Let's moderate.
Keep that same energy.
I feel like. Go ahead, tap in with me.
So I feel
that's
like
it.
men talk to any and everything on the street. They are looking in your face. They are looking down at your crotch. They are your you can't have no friends with all the confidence in the world, no matter what they look like. So I feel like it doesn't matter about the confidence. They're still gonna try to pull whatever. So if the high class chick says no, they're gonna go down to the chick that's on their level. But I think they're definitely gonna start with who's ever giving them the most eye contact at that
I
time.
still say it depends on the man, and I'm going by just what I see and experience. Like my husband, for instance, I can use him as an example. My husband he's a confident guy, no question. He's very secure, but
Okay.
he's not out there like that. He's shy, right? So he's definitely not gonna just step up to this woman unless, like, whenever he met any woman he has ever dated, it happens to be because he with his friends, and it happens to be a girl that's a friend of a friend. Like, you know what I mean? That type of thing. He never's the type of guy that's gonna, hey, yo, mom. He ain't that guy, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I happen to be that woman that he had his eye on for a while, and he seen the opportunity, and he had no choice. He was like back against the wall. I have to step to her now or lose the
I
opportunity.
know that's right, bro.
So he stepped to me. He stepped to me because he knew he would have missed that opportunity, and I'm glad he did. Because if he didn't, we wouldn't be together today. You know, so
I see what you
really
did
do
there.
feel, I really do feel it depends on the man. It depends on the man. Yes, every man is going to look, no question. Every man is definitely looking, but every man is not stepping to every woman. It all depends on his security level.
Okay, I feel like a man that's average. Oh, all right, so let's reverse it for me then, Tiff. And the same thing to you, Royal. If a woman is an average looking woman, and she has an average looking dude in front of her, and then she has an extraordinary looking dude in front of her, somebody she might like, damn, like, oh shit, like this is, whoa, like he's the person I
Like The
probably
Rock?
rubbed one out to. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
like, do you think she's going to? Who you think she's gonna shoot her shot with?
Well, most chicks are definitely gonna shoot her shot with the best looking guy. But I only can speak for
Nah.
myself. I can only speak for myself, and I'm definitely not going for the flashy guy. I'm going for the one nobody else is looking at. That's just me, myself personally.
we found ourselves in a bit of a quagmire, huh? Because I feel like the most beautiful woman. Would you ladies agree that the most beautiful woman, right? Because I feel like there's tiers to it. There's cute, there's pretty, there's beautiful, and then there's gorgeous.
Okay.
I feel like the woman that's gorgeous, she has the pick of the litter. She can choose whatever she wants, whatever it is she likes. She can choose that. However, the man that's average, and I feel like the man that's average, he more so often, he'll be intimidated by that woman that's extraordinary.
For sure.
Well, the woman will be intimidated by the man that's extraordinary too.
So you answer the question.
I would definitely feel like if this man looks like at the moment he's shining, he's sparkling and shit, he got on all the he got on his Sunday best, and I'm just a regular female, like I'm just chilling with my homegirls, I most likely won't want that flashy person. Like Tiff said, the more subtle person, because I feel like that's an everyday type of person you can approach. A guy that's more flashy, I feel like that's gonna come with, now my ass gotta be flashy like you too. And I'm not trying to do that every day, nothing personal.
Do you ladies agree?
Well, I agree with her up to the last part. I definitely agree with her up until the last part. Like for me, me and my husband are polar opposite. Like okay. I am, my name is Tiffany, but I'm a model. So my model name is Tiff the Model, and Tiff the Model is out there. She's tall, 6'.
She outside. We know.
Wear heels. And she outside, and she very sexy, posting pictures, videos, doing all these things. Where my husband, he's not in the limelight like that. He doesn't do all those things, and he's an average guy, so to speak. So it's not that I chose an average guy because I can't keep up with a flashy guy, because I definitely can. Like I can roll with the best of them, but that's just our personalities just what match. He was what I needed.
Hold on, Tiff. Did you choose? Did you choose the average looking dude because? And I don't want to put it by way of your husband. Did you choose?
Go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead. I'm here. Go ahead.
Did you choose the average looking dude because you've been there, done that with the extraordinary looking men? So you said, you know what? Wait, first off, before you even answer that question, do you have a preference?
For me, I go off vibes. Honestly, I'm a vibe person. Don't get me wrong. I've dated guys that was, not above average. But those guys never vibe with me the way I need a guy to vibe with me.
And that's my point. That's my point.
That's important. That's very important.
That's my point right there.
That vibe is important to me. The vibe is important. I'm not a materialistic person. I'm very independent. I can do whatever I need for myself. So that was never an issue for me. It was literally the vibes for me. And when I met this man, which I probably would have never met him had he not stopped me. It wasn't because he looked bad or anything. I just prejudged him initially. He used to always be on the corner with a whole bunch of dudes. I assumed he was a drug dealer. I don't want no drug dealer. I don't want
Shout out to the drug dealers.
So I
Shout
never.
out to the drug dealers too.
I'm sorry. I don't like that lifestyle, so I always stayed away from it. So I assumed he was a part of that lifestyle. He wasn't flashy, no, but he was always on the corner. So that looks like you ain't about nothing. You ain't got nothing going on. I prejudged him. But once I got to know him, he was a totally different person than I thought he was. And I got to know this man, and I'm like, this is it. So no, it has nothing to do with, me not keeping up with the flashy person. It's just all vibes. It's vibes for me.
So
and the flashy dudes don't have the vibe.
So could you date? Could you date a man? I'm gonna get it to you. I'm gonna get it from you too in a second, Royal. Could you date a man, Tiff, that was shorter than you? Because you have a little height on you.
My husband is shorter than me.
Okay. Could you date?
I'm telling you, I'm not superficial at all.
Hold on. Let me work it. Could you date a man? Could you date a man outside of your culture?
Absolutely not. And let me tell you why.
I know that's right.
Let me tell you why. I'm not.
I know that's right, girl.
I'm not racist or
Right.
anything, and I feel like you can't help who you fall in love with. Love is love. Like I don't, if I happen to fall in love with someone outside of my race, it's what it is. But I'm never in that type of environment or that type of space that has happened to me. You know, I'm not attracted to. I'm attracted to black men. It's just what it is. The darker the berry, the sweeter the
Mhm.
juice. Unless you're gonna give me a man of another culture and he's just as dark and beautiful, then maybe I don't know. But I no, I love my black men.
Man, hold on 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Before I get it from Roy, right? I gotta let this rock out. R.I.P. to my guy DMX, man. Listen, man. My energy is this though, right? My energy is I feel like the most beautiful, the more beautiful you are, the more beautiful you are, the more beautiful you are, the easier you have it, I believe. You know what I mean? The
Not true.
harder looking on your face you look, the
Not
harder
true.
it is for you. You know what I'm saying?
Not true. I don't believe that's true.
I
It's
I,
a
I,
blessing and a
Mhm.
curse.
I
It's
feel
a
like
blessing
I,
and a
Yeah.
curse to walk in beauty.
I feel like you know what? Tap in with me, Roy. How you feel, Queen?
I would say that I would think that that's a blessing and a curse as well because you know when you're attractive, you get a lot of people that come at you, but you're not interested. And then if you show that you're not interested, some people are not mature enough to handle that. So, like back in the
Preach.
days, I grew up in Brooklyn. They would throw bottles at you if you said you didn't want to, if you didn't want to talk to them.
What's
Girl,
That's not to a
I'm from
side.
Brooklyn too.
So I'm
Right.
sitting here
So that's
tonight
what
with a
they
bunch
do.
of
Slice your
Brooklyn women.
face, snatch your earrings, snatch your chain. You
Yup.
think
But
you
Oh
so
I'm talking
God.
cute.
about from a
Yeah.
man's.
I tried.
I'm talking about from a
Yeah.
man's standpoint.
A man
Like
will slice your face,
a nigga will
snatch your
slice a
Yup.
woman's
earrings. Yes,
face.
East New York,
Yes.
The
all day.
Yes.
fuck?
Yes,
Oh
they
wow.
will.
Yeah. East
You
New
think
York
you
is
too
rough.
cute? Yes, they will. This your first time
Wow.
you
Yes,
So
heard
they
tell
this?
me
will.
more. Is this something you ladies all generally experience where a
I
nigga
had
would
to
be
grow
jealous
up.
of a woman?
Yes, I had to grow up
Yes.
knowing that when I'm passing a group of
Yes.
men, you have to make sure your jewels are kind of intact and not hanging out.
Absolutely.
And
Yep.
Right.
even if you didn't want to
Yep.
talk to them, you still give them a gracious smile, maybe
Right.
sorry, I got a man,
Right.
Yep.
very small talk. And you are
Absolutely. That's
still
true.
walking
Yes.
nervously until you get to a point where you can breathe again because it's that serious
Right.
growing up. Very
Wow.
serious.
It's true.
It's very
That's
Yes.
serious.
true.
Especially if
Ladies,
you're
you hit the
walking
nail on
around
the
the
head.
same
Yes.
people every day, they will be plotting on you.
I feel like as
Yeah.
a kid, as a
Yep.
kid being outside, I always felt like if you tell me where a woman is. All right. As a kid, I've always felt like show me where a woman is from, and I tell you the type of woman she generally is. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying like morally and stuff like that. I just mean like personality as well as what she has to do, what she has to deal with. Because there's women that I know from Sweden, Australia, and women that I've had personal entanglements with, and because they're from these
Yes.
different cultures, they're from these different places, they don't have that pressure.
Right. No, they don't. It's very different for them
Yep.
because they're not around a lot of black men. Which is why they come here. My son has a friend that's from Australia. She's a beautiful woman, but a lot of those women seek out black men, whereas black women, I don't think black women, we don't seek out other cultures of men like that. Like I'm very traditional in my dating as well. I have dated outside of the race before, but I just couldn't do it, and I just decided that I'm not gonna do that anymore.
So
Yeah, I don't like it. I prefer black men.
I was watching something earlier today, right? We was watching something earlier today, and what was it? He was saying, homie was saying that black women, how you say it? Black women, people outside of the black culture are more often black women are less likely to date outside of their culture, not so much because they choose not to, but because men outside of the black community are intimidated, are taken aback, are turned off by black women. Could y'all weigh in on that for me?
I don't think that's true.
No?
I don't think that's true. A lot of those men love black women. I've had Arabic men approach me, men from Greece approach me that, they always talking about how beautiful I am. But, I went on a date with one and I just decided it was just something that I couldn't do because I just love black men.
I agree. I don't think that's true either. I think it's just the opposite. The men of the other races will seek out a black woman where a black man would say, oh, a black woman is difficult. I'm going to go date outside the race. I don't feel like I don't feel like other races feel like that. Right.
Right, because they do. Those are the ones that do their BS, and they know that we're not going to tolerate that. Whereas other women will tolerate it just to have the black man.
Yeah.
I think more often than not, black men are open to dating outside of their culture. I think more often than not, black women are less likely to date outside their culture solely because black men, how we see it is, we don't want to deal with a certain amount of kickback, pushback, especially when depending on the man. I'm speaking about the high value men, if you will, for lack of better terms. We're most likely to not want to deal with a black woman that's giving us too much pushback and we're doing all that we're supposed to be doing. And we're like, why do I have to deal with this when I could go down the block around a corner and deal with someone else, perhaps of a different ethnicity, and she's willing to, you know what I mean, heed to the text and know that, okay, if he's doing right, if he's providing a source of income, if he's providing security, if he's doing what he's supposed to be doing to bring home the bacon, then why should he still be met with resistance? I think the reason why that is, shout out to Samara, I see you, Queen. The reason why I think that is because I don't know. I just think that if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, it's like getting good grades in school and respectfully still being put on punishment and still not receiving the accolades and rewards and it's, you get what I'm saying? And I'm doing everything right.
But that's not the case all the time.
That's a wrong relationship.
Hold on, one at a time.
But that's not the case all the time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Roy.
No, I was just going to say, maybe that's just an incompatible relationship. Sometimes you're just with the wrong person. Just because you're with the wrong person, you don't have to change the race. It's the person. Yeah. That person could be immature.
Yeah.
You know, like, for instance, I go out, I do a lot of events and stuff, and there's men that I work with, and there's women will look at me like, well, if I'm greeting them, I'm greeting the men, I'm greeting the women too. I'm respecting their women, but they look at me like I got the hives or like I got the coronavirus because they think I want the man. Like, why can't I just be working? Why do I have to want your man?
Man, listen, man, we going all over the place, but when y'all say things, sometimes it invokes a certain idea, and I like to say it. So even though we're talking about what we're talking about, I want to go somewhere with you, Roy, right? I feel like a lot of times, all right, so if it's a man and a woman, ladies, do you guys, if it's a social event, whatever, if you're out and about, do you speak to the woman or do you speak to the man? If you're being cordial and nice?
I speak to both because if it's a man that I work with, maybe I got him on a radio station for an interview or a magazine for an interview and we have to go to an event, I'm going to respect the woman and greet her the same way I greet the man because I want her to feel comfortable to know that, you know what I mean, I'm a sister to him. I'm not trying to do anything else. I have my own man. I don't need yours.
I feel like as a man, if I see a man and a woman together, I'm never talking to another man's woman. personally. You know what I mean? I'll talk to that man. Even if I have something I want to say to her, I'll speak to him. I feel like as a man, don't talk to my woman. If you see us together and we're sitting here together and we're moving around and you want to say something to her, address me, don't address my woman. And then by way of addressing me, make the situation comfortable because I'm always giving that respect to a man. And then by way of, I'll look at him, I'll talk with him, and then I'll also pose the question or the statement, whatever I'm saying to him. I feel like a woman shouldn't speak to another woman's man. She should address that woman first.
I know that's right.
You know what I mean? Out of respect, especially when you don't know the situation or setup. Shout out to Mano.
Right.
Shout out to my guy. He in here.
So you want
What's
the
up, bro?
woman to be like, oh, hey, girl, I love your man's suit. To her?
No. I see what you tried to do there. How I feel is if you like, if you're talking to another, if you have a compliment to pay that man, it will go something like, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all enjoying yourself? Yo, y'all look amazing. Compliment her, and then be like, oh my God, yo, I was looking for something like this for my man, just to finesse it because shorty might feel some sort of way. But listen, Mano, I see you up here, King. Tap in with me, King. How do you feel? So there's a few things we talking about.
Okay. Yeah, you got to explain this one to me. I don't get all the acronyms on the title here.
It's okay. That's what we're here for. However you identify her by way of her post, minus 30%. What I mean by that is a lot of times people be leading with their representatives by way of social media, and just to reset the room, when they lead by way of their representative, I feel like if you looking at a chick on social media and she looks like she's about a 7, then you might want to minus 30% of that because it might be cap. You know what I'm saying? Me and my queen, yo, straight up. Me and my queen, we was talking earlier, and she was showing me a picture of go ahead, say it, talk to me.
Let me tell you.
Whoa. I'm gonna let her speak. Go ahead. Hold on 1 second, man.
What had happened was
Tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
on my Explorer page, a picture of Princess Brodus popped up. If y'all don't know who that is, that's Snoop Dogg's daughter. You can look it up. Princess, spelled like regular people spell princess. Last name Brodus, Broadus, popped up. And I said, look, she looked like a mother of 3. Meanwhile, I know
Keep that same energy.
she's about 30 years old, but she looked like she been through some things, fed a couple of babies, them breasts, everything just look very, very grown, right?
Wow.
And I said, but she's a beautiful girl. And he went into a whole tangent about how he didn't feel she wasn't beautiful. And then again, I complimented her features. She has very beautiful, rich skin. It looks a little discolored, but natural brows. She got all her edges. She looks like a natural girl.
Mano,
Beautiful lips.
big cat.
That's
Like
cap.
beautiful full lips, nice nose.
Stop.
Rolling her page looking for
5950
basic
cat.
pictures and stuff, and I'm like, even
Dad
without
hat
makeup, with makeup or without makeup, I still think she's a beautiful black woman. And that's all I say.
And this is where the pull it. Like,
Now y'all
you
can
don't
go
even
pull up that picture. It's the last post she had on a brown shirt, and she looked like she came from doing her taxes or standing on her
I just sent it to you,
all
Mano.
day.
So my thing is this, right? Like, all right, so what do y'all think? Mano, tap in with me.
Look
King.
at that photo.
All right. First, let me give a shout out to my homegirl Tiffany who pinged me in here.
What up, Mano?
And I can definitely say that there's no cap in her pictures. She actually is that beautiful in real life.
See? Now, 2
But-
against 1. But don't she look like she's somebody mama or nana or mima?
Nah, hold on, man. No, that's a Prince card. And the reason
sorry.
why that's a Prince card, around in these parts, we call Prince cards people that say the politically correct thing because it's the safe thing to say. I think respectfully, I think that she's at the bottom of she's pretty. And the reason why I say she's pretty, not because she's black, not because she's brown skinned, not because of any of the above. I say that she's basic, bottom line, just pretty. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when you look at what she posts, when you look at her fresh face, she got dark circles around her face. And I don't want don't come for me talking about, oh, he tearing down. Because if you show me a nigga, I'm going to do the same thing. You know what I'm talking about? I just feel like...
Keep that same energy.
Just because you're a woman don't mean that you're beautiful.
I didn't say she was beautiful, like gorgeous. I just said she's still a pretty girl. And you was like, no.
Who we talking about?
Minus 30% though. So if you feel like she's a beautiful girl, she's probably really just pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can't minus 30% on her. That's what she looked like.
And she's showing you what she looks like. She ain't
Maybe she just came
contouring
from
her
the Lord
nose
or
or
something.
anything.
One mic at a time. Go ahead, tap in with me, Tiff.
What I'm saying is, I'm going by what you said. You
Yes.
said minus 30%. She is giving you herself fully. There's no minus and 30% there. That's what she looks like.
Well,
and most of her photos look like that. She don't even have a whole slew of photos. You can scroll through them all in one setting. It's a variation of clean face.
So y'all just
big titties showing.
So nobody gonna keep it 100 tonight.
Makeup.
Just nobody.
No,
Just nobody gonna keep it 100.
Whatever.
I'm keeping it 100.
That is 100. That is 100.
Y'all trying to get I beg to differ.
Wait. Who we talking about?
Go ahead, Mano.
I
we talking about?
Look in the DM, Mano. I sent you to in your DM.
And look at her general consensus, not just that one. Scroll up her timeline, down her timeline, go through it. Like when you zoom in, and I'm a nigga, I'll zoom in. Like I want to know, like the fuck is you talk about? Like
what she looks like. All right, so you telling me if you was to see her in person, she's gonna look 30% less than what she looked like in that picture right there she just posted?
Oh, it's probably 40%.
The fuck?
Oh, I can't. Yo,
But maybe she
Okay. First of all, that's a big girl.
Is she big or just her breast big? 'Cause that's a lot of breast.
No, you gotta scroll down the timeline.
You gotta scroll down the timeline. You gotta scroll that shit down some.
But you know, there's a lot of big girls that get a lot of love.
Big girls have the most beautiful face, I feel.
Watch out for the big girl.
But not
Watch
this
out
big
for the
girl.
big
That's what you're saying.
Oh God. Y'all better stop.
I would say,
Come after me.
looking at her full profile, I would say she's an acquired taste. I'm sure there's
Not an acquired taste.
No, but I'm saying, I'm sure there's guys.
I know that's right.
Who think she's beautiful. I just think she's all right. She's attractive. She's all right.
Whoa, hold on, man. And now that's the perfect segue to ask you the other topic we was talking about. If you have an average looking man, hold on, let me make sure I'm saying this right. If you have an average looking man, if you sit an average looking man in front of an average am I saying this right? Yeah, if you sit an average looking man in front of an average looking woman and an extraordinary looking woman, which one do you feel like he's gonna shoot his shot at? And why?
Well, we're visual. Men are visual creatures. We're very much into looks. That's the
Keep
first
that
thing
same energy.
That's the first thing that comes to us. So we're more likely gonna try to talk to the one who we find more physically attractive. That's just how we're built.
Even if
that doesn't necessarily mean,
even if he's an average looking dude?
Well, again, you know, women don't do it the same way we do it. So looks isn't always their priority. There's plenty of ugly dudes with fine women.
I know that's right.
So I've heard.
I know that's right, girl.
You know, what was it that Biggie said? big and ugly as ever. However,
Black and ugly as ever. However, I
Yeah.
stay
Right.
Gucci down to the socks.
Well, see,
So-
and to your point, King, I feel like listening to what you're saying, I could bend a little. I feel like men, we don't typically try to be, foundation, a lace, like men, we are what the fuck we are. It just is what it is. But when it comes to a woman, I feel like, I don't know why women are attracted to us, period. I've said that for a lot of years. I don't get it, right? What I do know is I can tell you why a man would be attracted to a woman. I can give you why all of the rhyming reasons are.
Right. But again, you're a heterosexual male. So we as
Yeah.
men, we look at each other like, I don't know what they see in us. We're disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it's like,
Right.
but that's the way God made us, right? He made women to want men and men to want women. Unless people are gay, which is a totally different
I
topic.
can tell you what women see in a man. You got to ask a woman.
All right, so what is it that women see in
Absolutely.
men?
And it all depends on her flavor. Like, again, I told you, I'm more of a
Absolutely.
vibe person. I'm more of a vibe person than a visual person. But if I had to visualize a man and make him up, he's going to be, I'm attracted to
Don't
like
describe your
shoulders.
husband neither, Tiff.
No,
We on to
I'm
you.
not going to describe my husband. I'm not. I'm just saying, I'm attracted to shoulders, like a guy's physique. It can be a guy's smile. It can be his smile, his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Attracted to his fingers. Like, his nails. You see his nails are clean. Something like that will turn you on. A guy can have a clean cut. Yeah, he don't have a lace front, but he got a nice clean cut. He's clean shaven. He's
I
well
know
dressed.
that's right, girl.
You understand? He's clean shaven. He smells
Right.
good. That's enough. That's all we need.
That's
We don't
true.
need a lot. We really don't need a lot. Y'all need all the extra hoopla, white girl, big
Yes.
ass, hip styles, whatever. No, a guy can just have a simple, just an elegance about him. His swag, and you could just like turned on, pussy wet. Like that's it, right? So we got a lot of things we attracted to about men.
Babe, what you attracted to?
A pension.
Damn.
Get straight to the At this point of our life, I need to know that you got a plan for the future.
I know that's
I'm
right, girl.
attracted to a steady job,
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
showing that you use your dental benefits, because most people don't.
Absolutely. That's a plus right there.
Okay? I'm attracted to someone that says, I gotta do my annual physical, okay?
Absolutely. That's
He gotta
definitely a
get his
plus.
prostate checked with no malice.
Whoa.
Yes, that's
What's
true.
happening tonight?
Listen, don't end up like Chadwick. God rest the dead. You need to get your body checked out. The man that is in tune with his body.
So you're attracted to a
Absolutely.
man that
He puts himself first.
Wait, you're attracted to a man that likes fingers in his butt.
Fuck is you talking about?
Just
no.
one by the
Hey,
doctor.
say all that.
Just one by the
He
doctor.
had to go there. He had to
And
go
again, if that's what he like in the bedroom, that's private. None of my concern. But
So
like Tiff
basically,
said,
the
the
fel-
teeth, the nails, the clean cut. I don't know any woman that's gonna be like, "Ooh, you see his dirty nails? That shit turn me on."
Exactly.
Ooh,
Right,
he's sleeping on the
absolutely.
air mattress in his mama couch. Ooh, yes, girl, I can't wait. Who the fuck says that in their mid-30s? We're not looking for that shit no more. No,
right.
no.
So give
Well,
me
I've
a
never
physical
looked for that.
characteristic. Give me a physical characteristic.
Teeth showing me that you
Hold
you
on,
know
y'all.
how to brush.
Hold on. We're
floss.
gonna pause this. Let me go brush my teeth right now. Fuck is you talking about? Let me go make sure these I's are dotted and T's are crossed, man. Tap in with me,
Broadway,
King.
based on what she was saying, a brother need to show up with a folder, with the
Yes.
portfolio and the appointments, all the paperwork.
No, it can come up in when you're conversing with this person. You see what they're talking about. Again, if
Right.
he's saying like, "Oh, I gotta make plans to get my physical done," or it's tax time.
You want a responsible
I
man.
go to work. I'm not just calling out of work to fuck around with me. No, nigga, go to work. Go to work.
So you want a responsible man.
Yes,
Generally
very,
speaking.
and but
So that's attractive
responsible
to
for
you.
them. but responsible
Yes.
for themselves, not
Okay.
just trying to put on for whomever they're talking to at the moment.
So you wouldn't be attracted to a dude. You wouldn't be attracted to a dude that his nails are dirty. What happens if he's just coming from work?
There are
You can
people
tell
in
the
the
difference.
construction, right? You
No.
can tell the people
You
with the
can tell the
construction
difference.
worker hands, the calluses, or they go to the gym. That's all fine and dandy. But on the
Okay.
weekends, you might get your nails done, or you might take the nail clip on a Saturday night while you're watching the game and cut them. That's fine. But you're not putting your everyday dirty fingers up inside of me. No.
Hello.
Nah.
Tap in with me.
I agree on that one.
Okay.
You can definitely tell a difference from a man that takes care, manages his hands, and is dirty because of work, than a guy who doesn't, maintain his hands and they dirty. You can tell a difference. You can really tell the difference.
Yep. Or a man that takes care of his skin and body and he don't look gray. There's a lot of
Exactly.
gray looking people out here. They're like a brownish gray. Their lips, their face, their eyes are yellow. Everything is blending into an ombre.
That's
Damn.
because
So,
that's because they deficient in vitamin D.
so no Ashley Larry for
And
you.
vitamin
I got
P.
it.
That's what we call dusty.
Right, no Dusty. No Dusty. Portfolio
Listen.
straight.
Before we continue to carry on this conversation, May 10th, we are doing a live event. If you are in the New York tri-state area, we are doing a live event May 10th. It's called Matchmaking May. It's going to be very special where when the women and men come in, you will receive 3 bands. You will receive a red band, which says that you're in a relationship. You will receive, hold on, let me put some respect on our shit, man. You will receive a red band stating that you are in a relationship so that nobody approach you. If you are in a complicated situation, you will receive a yellow band. So this is going to get interesting.
That's gonna be a
right?
no for me,
And
though.
Wow.
If you are okay with somebody approaching you, you will receive a green band. A green band, and that means it's all players, all green is go. You know what I mean? If you see something you like, you can send her a drink. You know what I mean?
know that's
The guy
right,
send her a
girl.
drink, say hello, keep it pushing, no pressure, and if you're a lady, you know what I'm saying, send him a shot, you know what I mean? Let him know you're shooting your shot, baby. You know what I mean? So May 10th is going to be a very special event. We're going to turn up. It's going to be a nice vibe. I just wanted to put that out there.
That sounds dope.
Yeah.
It sound like a trailer for a swingers event, like a pre-swingers event.
Right.
Keep that same energy.
It's definitely going to be a vibe because, it's going to be a vibe. So if you're interested, if you want to pull up, no pressure. It's going to be a podcast. It's going to be music playing. We're going to have a DJ. It's going to be drinks and hookah. It's going to be a whole nice little vibe, man. RSVP by way of a Live on Broadway podcast on Instagram. Let us know that you want to tap in my team and get you taken care of, and make sure you got a seat for when you pull up. I just wanted to put that out there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube as well. Yeah, so back to the conversation. I just feel like I just wonder. All right, so look, give us the opposite approach. As a man, what are you attracted to when you're looking at a woman?
Keep it 100, Mano.
Oh, me?
Yes, sir.
I don't know how many other men was on. Well, I'm first and foremost, black women are my priority. I just am almost solely attracted to black women.
Keep that same energy.
Why? What is
Sound
it
effects.
about black women that you are attracted to, King?
Ooh, child. The skin, the lips, the eyes, the legs. I mean, it's just the way black women love. It's just everything. It's just, I feel sorry for my other sisters because they just don't stand the same kind of chance, for me. And no hate, all Latina women.
I know that's right, girl.
and every now and then there's a white woman who's attractive. Every now and then. But for me, that's first and foremost. I'm a big on pretty eyes. Big on full lips.
Yeah.
Big on a healthy booty.
Yes.
These are the things. A nice smile.
Okay.
So
Okay. So I just want to put that out there that there will be a lot of that going on May 10th. I'm just,
You see how he turned that into a plug for the event?
I'm just, humble, shameless plug,
This is gonna be in the city.
It's gonna be in
restaurant?
Harlem. It's gonna be in Harlem.
Oh, buddy.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And I got them coming down from the Heights. I got them coming from Brooklyn. I got West Indians. We got Spanish women. We got Haitian men. We got Jamaican. We got Latino men. We got them coming. You know what I'm talking about? My bros will be in the building. Listen,
You trying to start trouble?
Listen, man. Listen. I heard Spanish is a love language. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to appease to all the women needs. You heard me, Jack? But see, listen, man. I honestly feel like I'm attracted. All right. So just to give some backstory, right? I feel like you can't trust a person that doesn't have a preference. You cannot trust the person who doesn't have a preference.
I agree.
And the reason why I say this is because we all have standards. We all have a certain thing that we look at and we say, all right, cool. This is my speed. That's not my speed. I feel like when you don't have a preference, you're subject. It's almost like when people say, how that saying goes, if you plan to fail, you don't make a plan. How that saying goes? Anybody? How that saying goes? If you don't make a plan, you fail to plan.
If you don't make a plan, you plan to fail.
There you go. If you don't make a plan, you plan to fail. And I feel like when you make a plan, you make a plan to say, all right, before I leave this house, there's certain things that I'm not willing to bend to, certain pressures I'm not willing to succumb to. Same thing with women and men. If I see a woman, it's like, all right, cool. I like her. She's sexy. Her conversation is good. But if I don't have a preference and I'm just all out here free willy-nilly, and a chick is, I'm subjected to take the shot from any woman that sends me the shot. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I often feel like if you don't have a preference, I don't know if I can really trust you. Tap in with me on that.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
And why is that, Queen?
Because, like, for me, like, my man, he has specific things that he like, and I love that because there's guys that, I feel like if you don't have a standard, you accept anything. And when you accept anything, then you don't know who you are as a person.
Mano, tap in with me, King. Do you feel like there's any validity to that?
Well, about preferences?
Yeah, if a person doesn't have a preference, do you feel like you can trust them in the realm of what we're speaking on?
Well, again, if someone who says they don't have any kind of preferences, it's a matter of, are they being honest? Because it's just human nature to have preferences. You know what I'm saying? Like some people prefer clean nails, apparently.
Yep.
Right.
So, I mean, everybody got their, everybody's wired to prefer certain types of things.
And it's okay that changed, right? Because when I was young, I would date all types of different sort of women, right? Like you name it. I got beans, tomato, potato, you name it. Like I keep it 100 with you. I would date all of it, right? But that's how through my travels, that's how I knew. That's how I was able to identify. No, a black woman is where I want to end up and where I want my home to be, because I've tried this, I've tried that, I've been over here, I stayed over there. So
Speak on it, King.
Me ending up where I'm at is because I know that there's nothing else out there that's gonna quite vibe with me that same way, right? To your point of wanting a black woman, that's your preference. I know a black woman is my preference because there's a certain pain that she can identify with, even if she didn't even if she didn't per se went through it herself. She knows somebody, and it was first round. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, dating a white woman and she sees Black Lives Matter and she's like, yeah, no, I know it should be like black people go through a certain amount of struggle. No. No, a black woman knows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speak on you preaching now, King.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
I need that compatibility. I need that when we're pouring up a cup of talk and we're talking about where she came from, the struggle that she had to deal with, and she can understand and respect my point of views and vice versa. I want to be able to connect to her. When I was younger, it was, I like the shock factor. I like and thrilled and got one off on being with, when I pull up to the block, when I pull up and I'm hopping out and I'm opening that door for her, she popping out and she look exotic, she look different. That was cool for then and even now. My queen is exotic. You know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't have, she has what a lot of women don't exude. But unless you know her, you wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing that I looked for then, I look for now, but I just find it in the black woman. Round of applause for my shit.
Absolutely.
Keep that same energy.
Pass the plate on that.
I think that sometimes it's hard to understand what your preference is, especially when you're a young adolescent or you're fresh out of college. You may not know, you don't even know what the fuck you want to be when you grow up. So how would you really know what your preference is unless you try some shit, right?
Yes.
It becomes a point when you're dating in your 30s or so. Now, if you come across a man, it could be two things. They can say they don't have a preference because they done been outside and tried every damn thing. And now they're just like, I just want a motherfucking wife.
Whoa.
I don't want a single man dinner.
But
I want somebody to come home
But here
to.
we go. And that's to my greater point where so are you that jaded? Are you that tired? Are you willing to just settle down for anything because you've been around the block too many times? And I don't mean that,
Some people are.
I don't mean that with malice.
They are tired of the men that they're choosing, because let's get it right, they choose them. So they've gotten tired of the men that chosen and been disappointed. Maybe they don't want to add more baby fathers to the collection plate. And they're like, oh, this guy over here is okay with me and my flaws and my 5 kids or whatever. I'm sticking with that nigga. And I'm going to be okay because he'll pay the bills or whatever. Or I already lived my life with other men. Yeah. And so now I don't have a preference. My preference is compatibility, or just like a companion. But that's still a preference, A companion.
But that's still a preference, though.
How was a companion a preference?
A preference is not the companion part, because anybody that you're with becomes your companion.
Right.
What I'm saying is you if you've been around the block too many times, you like, all right, cool, I've been outside, but that should draw you closer to knowing. It's like, is the glass half full or if it's half empty? It's half. I feel like if I'm looking at a glass as half full, if the glass is half, I feel like it's half full for me, because now I've been around the block a few times. I know exactly what it is that I'm looking for. And
what happens when you go outside literally and you're, think of children. They're outside. They've been around the block. They've been to their friend's house. They done went to the corner store. They done ran the street. At some point, when the light come on, they're going in the house. That's their time to rest.
Yeah.
To call it a day.
Yeah. All right. So look, I want you guys on Instagram, share this live on Clubhouse, ping a few people, because I want to further this conversation with this, right? All right. So here we go. I feel like men, all right. So there's this rhetoric that's going around, and I agree with it. If you ladies and my guys tend to disagree, tap in the comments or tap in with your conversation and let me know. I feel like women don't choose whether or not we get married. Women don't choose whether or not we are together. Men choose whether or not we are together, and men choose whether or not we get married. What the woman chooses is that a woman grants the opportunity to have sex. Tap in with me. How do you guys feel about that? Everybody don't speak at the same time.
Go ahead, Tiff.
All right, wait. Repeat that question, please.
So hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. If you guys on Instagram, you want to be brought up, hit the button. I'm gonna bring y'all up. So I feel like women don't choose a man. A man chooses the woman. A man chooses on whether or not he wants to get married to that woman as well. The only thing a woman chooses is whether or not you guys grant us the opportunity to have sex. Everything else outside of the initial, you know what I mean? Oh, I see you, I like you. Oh, I want to be with you. A man chooses that. A woman grants the opportunity to have sex. How do you feel about that?
I mean, somewhat of what you said is right. I just feel like I agree with the marriage part. Of course, if this is what that man wants, he knows who he want to marry. He's going to marry her, right? Because a woman want to marry all the time. I mean, like, I want to get married, and she's not really thinking about the real big picture. So I agree with you on that part. But and I also agree with you on the sex part. You know, we grant the person. You know, we know when we see the guy, we're gonna have sex with him. We know right away. There's no question.
Exactly.
But I don't know if I fully agree with that. That's the only thing the woman has control over.
I mean, what else could she have control over when you meet?
He's talking about just the initial meet?
He's coming up to her more often than not. Now I'm speaking about the 90%, not the 10%.
Right.
The 90% of men, we're approaching a woman, we're choosing to say hello. What's your name? You know, are you taken? Is there by chance any way I could get a conversation with you over dinner? A man is choosing that. A woman is choosing whether or not
But she's choosing to respond to that. She can say hi back, but that don't mean he gonna get her because he said hi, because he saw her and think that's his wife. She have the choice to accept him.
Yeah, exactly. But if a man says hello to a woman and a woman not checking for him, then he goes on to the next woman. But it doesn't happen more often than not unless he says hello. And that's what I'm going towards. And the same difference too when it comes to marriage. A man is getting more often than not the 90%. More often than not, a man is saying, hey, I love you. I can't see my life without you. Will you marry me? Now, scaling it back, going to the fundamentals, a woman is granting him the opportunity and making the decision on whether or not they're gonna have sex. If you, and this goes back, bringing it full circle to the princess, whatever that person she brought up earlier.
Princess Brodus.
If a man, I don't care how a woman looks, 9 out of 10, if a woman is walking down the street and she says hello, and again, more often than not, if she says, I want to have sex with you, that nigga gonna say, yes, I want to have sex. Right. Let's do it. She grants the opportunity for that. Anything else is uncivilized. Shout out to Mike.
Well, I'm that 10%.
He didn't say uncivilized.
Well, I guess I'm that 10% though, because I knew I wanted to marry my husband before he knew he wanted to marry me. He probably knew it, but he didn't express it, and I actually proposed to him.
Oh. Wait. Hold on. Just wait. We're going to get into that. We got to vibe. Listen, we're going to talk about that because respectfully, I think a lot of women wouldn't subscribe to proposing to a man. Just largely out of it's not traditional. Either that or they respectfully just don't have the balls. Respectfully.
Right. I mean, I understand it. I don't feel the way when I hear it. I hear it a lot. You know, most women be like, I would never do that. It's not traditional. It wasn't demasculating for him. And it wasn't like I, put him out and embarrassed him and got on a knee with a ring. You know, it wasn't that type of situation. But it just was a surreal moment for me. Yes. You know, like I actually found someone, or someone found me, because he actually found me. And in a million years, I never thought I would be in this situation. I never wanted to ever get married. I always thought titles and marriage was like I don't know, a curse. So I never wanted that. But then when I met this man, I wanted it. I wanted it so bad that I asked him. It just came out and I was scared. I was nervous. The whole thing, hands playing me, everything. I was scared and nervous because I'm like, what if he say no?
Yeah.
But I took the chance and I asked him and he said yes. And I was just like, the happiest woman ever. Like, I don't know. I don't know what
Aw.
came over me. I fell in love. Like,
Wow.
he just was my everything. So it worked out. It's like it wasn't a situation of a woman pressuring a man. You have those situations where a woman will pressure a man. Like within 3 years, like I need a ring. It wasn't even that type of situation. I felt it. That's how I felt in the moment. I expressed it, and he was with it. He flipped it back and proposed back to me, of course. The right
Keep
way,
that
I guess.
same energy.
Right. And we got married 3 years later, and
Oh,
we've been together ever since. It's been 23 years.
Woo! Talk about it.
that's
Talk
so nice.
about it. 23 years and she proposed. So tap in with me, ladies. I'm going to come back to you, King. Tap in with me, ladies. If you in the comments, if you on YouTube, Live on Broadway podcast, tap in
That's
with me.
amazing. Congratulations. I just was
Yeah,
gonna ask.
congratulations.
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
just was gonna ask how long before you came up with the idea of proposing to him, were you having previous conversations with him about hypothetically getting engaged, or did you ever
Nope.
feel like
Nope.
what's
No
taking him so
conversation.
long to ask me?
Nope.
Okay.
No conversation. When I tell you, all right, I'll give you a little backstory. I don't want to take over the show, but
No,
when
go for it, Queen.
I was, huh?
No, go for it.
All right, I've been through some rough relationships, right? I was a single mother. I had a 1-year-old at the time, and I was just going through it. And I was like, you know what? I got to stop this cycle. I can't keep getting with men and breaking up after a year and a half because they can't be loyal or whatever. And I was young. So I'm just like, something has to give. I
Mm,
need to take time for myself and learn me, love me, date me. And I focused on that
amen.
only, and I was celibate. And I chose not to have sex. I chose to just focus on me and my child and do what I had to do. My husband came along in that time. So when he came along, of course, I thought he was just like every other guy, and I didn't think twice about it. I just, I still dated, but I let them know I'm not having sex. You have the guys that'll come up to you and say, well, why not? What you saving it for? Then you'll have the guys that'll say, oh, no problem, I'll wait, but they just trying to, still get it, and they see I wasn't giving it, so they'll leave. So when my husband came along, he was completely different. It was just something about him that was totally different. Our bond wasn't even about sex. It wasn't about anything else.
Mm,
He was the first person that showed me that he liked me for me. He wanted to get to know me. He actually stimulated my mind. Like, it was amazing.
mm,
Like, all I wanted to
that's
do was get to know
beautiful.
him more. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mm,
Like I told you, I prejudged him. I thought he was a drug dealer.
mm,
So I never would think twice. So with that being said, once we finally made it to having sex, which was probably like 3 or 4 months in our courtship, I was like, wow, this is amazing. But I was still had one eye open. I was scared. Like, this ain't going, something gonna go wrong. But after about, I guess, 3 more months, 2 or 3 more months into that, he wanted more. He wanted more. He wanted a title. And I didn't want to give him a title. I'm like, no, we good. But he actually was like, if we don't have a title, we can't have sex. And I was trying to be bold,
right.
like, look, he ain't,
Keep
he ain't
that
going nowhere. I
same
don't want the title.
energy.
Listen here, when I tell you he left, he was like, okay, I gotta go. So, and here I am, like, Dag, this is the best man I've ever had thus far. Why would I ruin this by being fearful of things might not work? So I
Right.
had to swallow my pride and call him back, and and he accepted me back, and after that it was on and popping. We was like, he was my
Mm,
man now, and I would say maybe 3 months after that, it was like 3 months after that I proposed to him. It was a
I'm
wrap. I
here
was just
for
like,
that.
listen,
I'm here for
that's a
that.
listen.
beautiful
So I posed a
story.
question to the other ladies. Are you okay with, would you be okay with popping a question to a man if you felt like what Tiffany felt like? If you felt like this was the best, this is it. I'm not waiting for I'm not falling under any Western civilization constraints, and I'm thinking outside the box. I'm willing to, rise to the occasion and pop the question. How you feel about that,
I
Roy?
wouldn't. I respect that, and I have a friend that did it, and I love it. I love this lady's background story, but I couldn't do it because, one, I'm very old-fashioned, and I am stuck in those traditional Western ways, so I couldn't do it. But I respect it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
I
See my
understand.
guy
I
M.
completely
Dave.
understand.
I see my guy M. David tapping in. Shout out to the brother. Shout out to my guy. You know the vibes, how we give it up. Dave, I see you, King. So, okay, so Babe, tap in with me. Like how you feel about that?
I'm not proposing to you, period.
Listen. I need you on one knee, sis. The fuck? I need you. What the fuck? I need you on
It's no real rhyme
on
or
bending
reason.
knees.
It's no
Hold
real
on one
rhyme or
second,
reason for
goddamn
me.
it. Hold on, goddamn. I got the
boy.
perfect. Hold on, goddamn. Wait.
It's a song break.
Listen. I got it all queued up. I got it all queued up.
You telling me to bag
If
my
you don't
bag?
get on that bending knee, no, just playing, baby. it's gonna be a long night for me. No, listen.
No, I wouldn't mind, but it's just nothing I ever thought to do. But like she said, it compelled her to do so. I
Yeah.
can't speak for
Right.
how I will feel in the future.
Yeah.
You know, because I have a daughter and I want her to see things led by example as well. If it compelled me to step out on my own faith and do it, that could be beautiful for her to see as well. But
Exactly.
if she saw you doing it to me, you know, it can go both ways.
I followed well.
Right.
I was
Right.
proposed to before, you know. So I know that feeling of operating outside of the norm, as they would say, you know. And I think that it's a beautiful feeling. But I always said respectfully, same thing Tiffany's husband implemented. If a woman proposed to me, I would be flattered. You know, however, you know, I would rise to the occasion and say, if I know this is the place that I want to be and she beat me to the punch, my thing is you should do and move how you feel, not wait.
Right.
So if she arrives to that, if she got to that place before me, I'm gonna say yeah. However, I'm definitely gonna switch it around and she ain't gonna know when it's coming, but I will get on one knee because I feel like if we're gonna do it, we gotta do it the right way. So round of applause and shout out to Tiffany, man, for husband for
Yes.
pulling
Aw,
up.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I got a question, Tiffany.
All right, what
How
happened?
did if it's too personal, you ain't got to answer. How
No,
did
I'm
your
open book, go ahead.
family or your parents react to hearing the way you propose?
Everyone loved it. Like, you know, I was raised by just a whole bunch of
Nice.
strong women. So that's probably what my problem is. I wouldn't call it a problem, but I feel like I'm a very independent woman because of I was raised by so many strong women around me that they understood it. They loved it. Like they love our union. They love him for me. Like I was proposed to 2 times before him. And I can tell you I never felt the
Nice.
feeling I have with him with them. You know
And
what I
the men in
mean?
your
So
family?
and the men in my family the same. They feel the same. They okay with it. Everybody love it. They applaud it. They understand it. They don't feel no way about it. My family is very supportive, and his family
I'm
very
here for
supportive.
that. I'm here for that. My thing is,
Yes.
you know, sis, if you see a man and you out, don't wait for him to shoot his shot. You know, and
That's
again,
right.
shoot your shot. My thing is this too, though. My thing is this too. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I think I was going to say something along the lines of it's okay. You know, that's okay. I don't want people to think that like, oh, I wouldn't do that. You know, to each his own. But I feel like, you know, if you wait, you might listen. Sometimes
Miss
you
the
just how
opportunity.
you
Yup.
may arrive to loving him at a different time, and he may arrive to loving you at a different time. Say how you feel, get that shit off your chest. And again, it
Yeah.
depends on. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It depends on the man. Like, if you felt in your heart he would feel emasculated, then don't do it. If you feel like he would feel
Right.
flattered and he would roll with it, because I feel like more often than not, unless you did some fuck shit, you know she or he is gonna say yes. And things are moving
Right.
accordingly. You know, but you know, I think that it's a nerve-wracking thing because this is the person you're proposing to, and you're saying, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Mano, tap in with me. How do you feel, King? Would you be okay with the woman proposing to you, beloved?
Okay, so you know, I've spoken on it before. I was married for 10 years. I'm divorced now. So back when I proposed to my now ex-wife, I definitely would have been of the mindset that, you know, let me do that. Let the man do that. where I'm at now, though, after the marriage, divorce, kids, all that, I would love for a woman to propose to me.
Keep that same energy.
If it was a woman I wanted to marry, though,
Right.
what would be a nightmare to me would be a woman who I don't want to marry to propose to me and have to be like, well, see, what had happened was there's COVID out here, and you know what?
Not the COVID.
You don't have the vaccine. I don't know. I don't think we should do this right now.
Well, they know.
I'm dying. Oh man, so much conversation, so many ways these relationships go, man. You know, I often say a relationship is like an iPhone. There's no two that are identical. You know what I mean?
That's a whole fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might have this app, that app going on. You got to do what's happening. You got to do what's right for your relationship. Women, stop moving under the constraints of this is what's normal, right? Because what your mother and father, grandparents might have been, it might work out different for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the same thing for us men. We can't sit back and wait for the air quote Instagram model, you know, or whatever it is. Like, shoot your shot at what you like because you like it, not because you feel like you're moving under the accord that this is what everyone else is gonna like for me. You know what I'm saying? So I applaud you, beautiful black women.
But yo, bro, I want to take it back to your initial question, though.
Yes, sir.
Put a spin on it. So the whole idea that the man really is the chooser and the woman's really just the allower of sex.
Yes.
I seen there's a couple of things on TikTok I've been seeing lately that made me think, and I want to hear what the rest of the people in here think about it. So one was this guy who goes around with a microphone to women on the street saying, other than your sex, what do you have to offer a man? And a lot of the women that he walks up to start stuttering and stammering. They don't have an answer. Then there's a comedian who had a set where he said, women, if your pussy was taken away from you, you didn't have a pussy anymore, how would you keep your man? So a lot of them were saying, well, anal, oral, and then so the comedian said, so you basically have reduced yourself to a group of holes.
Wow.
So that brings up, but that's an interesting topic. I want to get everybody's thoughts on that. Like, other than just allowing men to have sex, what are women? Are women just that, or are they more?
Women are absolutely more. Like I told you, when I started the courtship with my husband, there was no sex, so that I didn't lead with sex. You know, like, sex is great, but I can offer a man a hell of a lot more than just sex. Absolutely.
List it out, sister. List it out.
I agree.
All right. I can offer him support. Right? I can be that safe space for him because men need that. A lot of people don't realize how much of a safe space that men need. So I can provide the support, the safe space. I'm going to provide the love that he needs. Whatever I have to do here, like financially, like, I can provide all those things. It don't have to be, I can fulfill him in other ways. Like I said, I'm a vibes person. Like, I'm going to stimulate his mind that he going to feel like I fucked him without even fucking him. You know what I'm saying? So I can.
No wonder he said yes. Listen to all that. No wonder he said yes.
Keep that same energy.
And that's it. And that's what every woman has the ability to do. It's just, if they don't know, they don't tap into it. They only use what they know.
Right. Use what you got to get what you want. Tap in with me, Roy. Right. How you feel about that? He posed the question: if God forbid, if you didn't have your JJ, what could you offer a man?
Well, right now, my man and I have been together about 6 months, and we haven't had sex yet. And the reason why is because he was married, he's divorced, and...
Whoa. It's been 6 months?
Yes.
So, respectfully, do you think he may be knocking some other woman hole loose?
Well, he could be. I don't know. But I'm not worried about that because I feel that what we have, like, one, we grew up together. we used to go to summer camp together, and we kind of just reconnected some months ago. So our families are very close, and this is the reason why we couldn't rush into the sex thing, because, like, my uncle, his father is like my uncle. Like, you know how black families back in the days, you're not related,
Girl,
but you
that's
kind of grow.
Everybody's related, right?
Okay, right. So we grew up like that, right? And so my uncle got killed, and he was in a pool hall when my uncle was killed back in the day. You know what I mean? So our families go together deeply, and we have a really great relationship on that end. So we didn't want to rush into anything where it would ruin that, you know? And so we just been taking our time getting to know each other. But, you know, sometimes, and plus, you know, I do a lot of promoting and all that stuff. So I don't be on him like that. So that's what I'm saying. If he's doing that, then that's on him, because, you know, he's asking me if I trust him, and I trust him. So if he's doing something else, it's going to come out. I'm not that female to be on you, checking your phone and asking what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm going to go by what you say, because we're grown. We're both over 50. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't have time for that.
Well,
you know,
and inside of hearing you say that too, I think that, you know, the age demo matters. You know, the older you are, the more understanding you tend to be in certain regards. You know, the younger you are, the less likely you want to even the less likely you want to entertain certain things. You know, you like what?
Right.
Like, I mean, like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important to state, because, you know, to each his own. But I think as a man, if I was dating a woman in the past and her vajayjay was taken away from her, it depends how much I like her. And when I say like, I put emphasis on like, right? I feel like love dissipates after a while. You know what I'm saying? And like is very important. I want to know that I like you. I want to know that I like your personality, that I like the way you treat people, that I like the way, that I like the family you come from, that I like the way you, if I'm blessed to see you as a parent prior to us, that I like the way your parental how you say that? Your parental help me?
Parental skills?
Yeah, your parental skills. I want to know these things. I want to fall in like with you. So love takes a back seat to my like. Like my woman, I knew that I liked her before I loved her.
And so, that's important.
Yeah,
that's very important.
It's very important. I think we over embellish what love is more often than not. And if we're having an honest conversation, you know, the higher you go up in age demo, you know, certain things tend to take the backseat. I want to be attracted to you. Like, I couldn't give my woman a chance if I didn't think she was a beautiful, you know, gorgeous woman. I couldn't give her that opportunity. And it's not, she could have all these same qualities, but if I'm not attracted to you, attraction to me is, it's very high on the totem pole.
It's more than physical, right?
Yes.
It's more than
absolutely.
physical.
Right.
Yes, because once you know, excuse me, Queen, but once you in it and you nut, it's almost like food, right? Like it doesn't matter. Once it's in your stomach, I've never ate steak, crab legs, shrimp, whatever it is. I never had food that fills me up different. You know what I'm saying? Once it's in my stomach, it all feels the same. But the attraction to the food is what draws me there to eat it. You get what I'm saying when I say that?
Absolutely, yeah. So for one example is that, like, my man, he loves for me to cook, so he loves my cooking. So, you know, that was things that he asked me. He didn't really want to get involved in the sex. He's like, you know,
that's right, girl.
Right. So we have date nights where we cook. He'll cook one night, I'll cook one night. You know, we do stuff like that. We play 90s R&B. You know, we have our drinks, we sing and dance, and we just have a good time, you know? Right. And I love that, because that's really more important to me than, because if you can't do that, then the sex is nothing. You can have sex and that'll be it and everything could be over. But if you can't get along and love each other and most importantly like each other, I feel that we are more friends than anything.
Yeah.
That part. Yeah.
That's something you bring to the table.
That part. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
literally.
I agree. I agree.
And for me, what he did was, I had got COVID. And after I got over it, he was bugging me to come to his house. He has his own apartment. And he was bugging me to get there, and I finally get there, and he had a nice bubble bath waiting for me with candles, and he took dinner.
Aw.
Nice.
Look at you. Look at you, all the romance and the black couple magic, man. I'm here for that, man. I'm definitely here for that. But listen, respectfully, make sure you let him tap in and get intimate with you when the time is right, because I feel sorry for my bro right now. You know what I'm saying?
That sex is gonna be bomb. Nah, that sex is gonna be bomb.
It's gonna be even better. Yes.
It's
sex is gonna be everything.
We'll know it when it happens because the earth gonna move.
That sex is gonna be everything. Okay. Yes. I remember the first time me and my husband had sex. It was everything.
Right, like our background is a little bit similar to yours. That's why I appreciate your story.
Yes. This girl is gonna be everything. Because when you connect with somebody, when you really connect with somebody mentally, your chemistry's there, your friendship is there. You can talk about anything. Like the sex is gonna just heighten that so much more.
Right.
Like when I tell you, I think that's what did it for me. Okay, I was like, and the sex is great. Come here, boy. Will you marry me? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I can see that. I can totally see that. And I read a meme on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. I don't know who posted, but they were saying with the man, by the time you already had sex, like by the time you get ready to have sex, you're already wet because you already did it to each other's minds.
Yes.
Well,
and that's
to go with that, right? More often than not, sex feels better when you are emotionally attached to that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But these are things that they don't highlight when we're kids, right? Like they don't highlight these fundamental things. But look, we've been here for a little while, man. Look, we're approaching 2 hours, man.
Wow.
Oh man, look, man, tonight was dope, man. I appreciate you guys, for pulling up and tapping in. You know what I'm saying? Live on Broadway podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Hit them like buttons. Leave the commentary. We need it. You know what I'm saying? If you're on Clubhouse, make sure you tell a friend. Hit that green house so you can become part of this club. So that when we do go live, you guys are notified. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram, the same. Make sure you follow me, IM_Broadway, so that when we do go live, you can see that we're live. On Live on Broadway podcast, you can RSVP now for May 10th. You can RSVP now by way of sliding in the LOBP DM. My team will take care of you. They've been doing a very great job at doing so. Lastly, I ask that you guys vote for us to be part of the top 50 podcasts. Link is in my bio. Link is in Live on Broadway podcast bio. And tonight was dope. I appreciate. Wait, let me put some respect on these Giants' name, man. I appreciate you, Royal.
Yeah, you got me in there.
You didn't listen, but listen, what? It's not even about how you look, because it's about that energy you was bringing and you was keeping all of that same energy. You know,
keep that same energy.
Shout out to Tiff, Queen. You was beautiful tonight, man. That man is a lucky man. Praise that man, honor that man. Make him, speak life into him. More often than not, I like to leave with a final word, if you will. And I think black women, pour into your black man. It's nothing wrong with putting him on a pedestal and honoring him in private as well as in public. It all counts and it all matters. Black men, I encourage you guys to do the same. Take it to 1,000 folds. Don't wait for a holiday. Don't wait for Valentine's Day. Don't wait for Mother's Day. Honor that black woman. You know what I'm saying? Put her on a pedestal, straight from the mountain, speak that you love that black woman, man. Promote it, man, because more often than not, these are what your kids, these are what the generation underneath us need to see. This is what they need to hear. If you are have the privilege of being with the mother or father of your kid, show that intimacy, show that affection, hug them kids, hug that woman, hug that man. Tell them, let them kids hear you say I love you, because so unfortunately, in the black community, so often we don't see those positive examples of what love looks like, what love feels like, and we run to the streets, and you know, when you run to the streets, there's no care and concern there, and you get the wrong representation of what love looks like, so you end up looking for the wrong type of love. So listen, Live on Broadway podcast tonight was a pleasure. You know, we're gonna leave with a vibe as always. You know what I'm saying? We be back next Monday. Live on Broadway podcast. You know the vibes. It's cheaper to be yourself. Be giant. Boom!
Yes.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
And Tiff, what room we going to next?
Do you have relationship questions you need answered? Spicy topics? DM us at Live on Broadway Podcast. Have music, products, or an ad you want us to run? Email us at Live on Broadway Podcast. Be sure to tap in. Mondays, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Live on IM_Broadway's Instagram. Clear.